Hello! I'm back! Candy Authority has returned. I know. I said if the Patreon got to $100 a month, I would revive this little vlog that I used to do. And here it is. Here is the vlog. Incredible. So we recently went to New York. The decision to revive this show came just before we went to New York. And the thought occurred to us, hey, maybe we can find a fun East Coast candy that we can bring back to LA and review for the show as kind of to kick things off. Couldn't find anything. Did, however, find this. This is a Fruity Pebbles Candy Bar from a company called Frankfurt and Post. I guess Frankfurt licensed it from Post, who in turn licensed the Flintstones from Hanna-Barbera, who are in turn owned by Warner Brothers. Lots of companies involved in this. A little bit broken in transit on the flight back from New York. So we'll kick things off as we usually do. Let's start by looking at the packaging. It is fairly standard. It just looks like cereal, and the bar looks like kind of frozen milk on the packaging. I'm not gonna lie, unless you already like Fruity Pebbles, this doesn't look especially appetizing. You have to be drawn in already by the Fruity Pebbles logo or the sexy physical form of Edward Q. Flintstone. Other than that, very basic. The Warner Brothers shield is on the back now. It's on the back there. That's the new one. So this is a relatively new bar because I think that logo came into play in the last year or so. But let's dive in. Okay, this thing got very broken in transit. It's kind of segmented. It smells very fruity. I don't like this American tendency for candy bars to have kind of big chunks. I like a small piece that you can break off, because if nothing else, it makes the candy bar last longer. I really don't know what to make of that. Now, I'll say this. I've never had Fruity Pebbles. I'm not a Fruity Pebble person. I don't like artificial fruit flavorings in my breakfast cereal. I do like chocolate, so I've had Cocoa Pebbles and its various variations and knockoffs and imitations. But that's good. That's not what the show is. The show is me analysing this as a candy bar. And as a candy bar, it's okay. It's fine. The artificial fruit flavouring, it's different from something like a fruit roll-up or like a penny candy or a Starburst or what have you. I'm not even sure what the candy bar is around the cereal. I want to say it's like white chocolate. It doesn't quite taste like white chocolate. And at no point does this packaging tell you what it is. It just says it's a Fruity Pebbles candy bar. That's useless information to me, because I'm pretty sure there's no like hardened white mass in a Fruity Pebbles bowl. It's sweet. It's very, very sweet. I like a crispy. I'm a big fan. You know, I'm from the UK. I like a toffee crisp. In America, I like 100 Grand is for me kind of, I think, one of my favorite American candy bars. If you disagree with me, you are, of course, wrong. But the fruit flavoring, the artificial fruit flavoring, really kind of dominates this candy bar. I imagine if you like Fruity Pebbles, this is probably your Jimble Jamble. For me, it's too sweet. The artificial fruit flavor is a very distinct type of artificial fruit flavor. And it's also, especially considering it's not something like a Cocoa Puff or a Fruit Loop, it's got this weird chalky aftertaste that I really do not like. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. Fruity flavored candy bars, they're not common. And I think this is why this just doesn't work for me. Like, I think when it comes to fruit candy, I want something soft, I want something chewy. Particularly when it comes to American candies, I think your Starbursts are good. British candies are like a wine gum. I like a Roundtree's fruit pastel. This is too, I don't want to say cloying. I think cloying kind of veers too far into the sweet. This tastes like an accident. It tastes like no one intentionally wanted to make this. This happened purely as an accident of manufacturing, as an accident of possibly focus testing. The marketing team saw that they were making, or I guess we have to market this to. This feels in this. This is an oops all berries situation, except it feels legitimately like how did we get here? How did we get here? I can't answer that question. I don't know anyone on this planet who can, except possibly for Edward Q. Flintstone, attorney at law. Obviously, he works in trademark law and licensing because of all the varying companies that had to kind of Voltron together to make this monstrosity. It's not the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, they said, but it's far from the best. I think I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10, and I have no further commentary to add. I can't recommend this. I have not seen these on the West Coast. The only time I've seen this was in New York. If you are in New York, this is a very compelling reason to leave. If you're in New York and you don't see this, you're doing great. But if you see one of these, run to the hills, run for your life. Just no. Thank you very much for listening to me talk about Fruity Pebbles. And thank you for supporting me on Patreon. Patrons get early access to this nonsense, and then everyone else gets it the following Monday, or whenever it is that I post these. If you like what I'm doing, you can follow me on the social media. I'm going to assume it's all over here. If it's here, that's just embarrassing. That's just bad composition. Thank you, and I will see you again next week with another candy bar. If you're on the Patreon, actually, you can vote for the next candy bar. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching, and live your life!